Today's compilation brings the wildest, most unexpected fails that will make you question how these machines even function, from runaway rigs to cranes collapsing under pressure. Let's dive into the world of funny, terrifying, and outright ridiculous truck fails. This poor truck never stood a chance. It's pulling a heavy low loader up a steep hill.
Se calibró, mire que es de adelante que viene calibrado.
But with no weight on its front wheels. Just as it reaches the top, the brakes fail. The entire combination starts sliding back. Within seconds, the whole rig crashes down the slope, leaving a trail of destruction. Everything seems fine as this truck climbs a hilly road. But out of nowhere, it starts rolling backward. Two guys nearby wisely sprint for their lives as the massive truck barrels down uncontrollably. With no way to stop, it crashes straight into a ditch. A heavy truck approaches a sharp turn, and in an instant, disaster unfolds. The balance shifts violently and the entire vehicle flips over. A massive dust cloud engulfs the scene, making it impossible to see what just happened. For a few seconds, everything is chaos. A massive truck hauls an oversized load on a dangerously narrow road. The structure beneath it can barely hold the weight. With too much strain, the truck tilts. Just before it slams into the ground, the driver leaps out, barely escaping the impact. The vehicle crashes with full force, sending debris flying in every direction. A truck maneuvers a dangerously narrow path, but fate has other plans. With barely any room for error, the balance is lost, and in a matter of seconds, it toppled. Metal scrapes against the ground as it crashes. Just another reminder that some roads aren't meant for massive machines. This truck inches too close to the edge, and suddenly disaster strikes. With no room for correction, it plunges straight down. A cloud of dust erupts as the ground swallows it whole. One can only hope the driver managed to escape in time. crane works at a construction site, and without warning, an underground water burst creates immense pressure, throwing the machine off balance. The operator struggles to stabilize it, but the crane tilts dangerously. Just when it seems like a complete collapse is coming, a quick maneuver saves the day. A truck rolls along a busy road when something unexpected happens. It suddenly starts reversing. Behind it, a car sits in the worst possible spot. The truck keeps going, unaware of the vehicle in its blind spot. A sickening crunch follows as metal collides with metal. On a muddy site road, this truck was unloading cargo using its hydraulic lift. Once the job was done, it started to move, but the lift was still raised. Suddenly, smoke erupts from the back, and flames appear near the front tire. Luckily, the driver acted fast and saved both himself and the truck. This truck is happily unloading its cargo using its trusty hydraulic lift. But suddenly the lift breaks in half, sending the container crashing down. Safe to say, that's not how unloading is supposed to work. Hopefully the driver wasn't inside. If you're enjoying these insane truck fails and jaw-dropping moments, make sure to smash that like button. It helps more people discover this madness. Two massive cranes in the Netherlands work together to lift a bridge section. As they maneuver the heavy load, something goes terribly wrong. One crane wobbles, throwing the other off balance. Within seconds, both collapse in a horrifying chain reaction. The impact is devastating. A truck parks near a riverbank, loading up soil. But beneath it, the ground is weaker than expected. The earth starts to give way, and before the driver can react, the truck sinks. The collapse is rapid, swallowing the vehicle into the river. A demolition crane is tearing down a house piece by piece when something unexpected happened. Instead of collapsing away from the machine, the structure falls straight onto the crane itself. A massive dust cloud erupts, covering everything in sight. Hope the operator's okay. A truck raises its hydraulic lift, unaware that a worker is beneath it. Just as the worker adjusts something underneath, the lift's pressure gives out. The truck bed starts plummeting. With just seconds to react, the worker dives out of the way, narrowly avoiding a deadly crush. A truck approaches a towering metal gate, but it's too tall to pass. The driver miscalculates, and the truck's roof collides with full force. The gate doesn't stand a chance. The entire structure comes crashing down, turning a routine drive into a chaotic mess. One careless driver, two massive trucks, and a white car caught in the middle. A red lorry barely avoids a collision, only to tip over moments later. A blue truck swerves to dodge, jackknifing before an exit. Somehow, despite all this chaos, the original driver speeds away without a scratch. A semi-truck is heading for an exit when its brakes give out. It picks up speed, slamming into a passing car before crashing into the guardrail. The impact is brutal, and for a moment, everything seems to stop. A terrifying reminder that when brakes fail, disaster follows. A concrete mixer truck climbs a mountain road when disaster strikes. The brakes fail. The truck starts rolling backward. The driver tries to regain control, but the road ends in a steep drop. A final desperate attempt fails, and the truck plunges straight into a deep pit. On a sharp U-turn in a hilly area, the load on the back was so heavy the front wheels literally lifted off the ground.
Motor belakang.
As the driver tried to reverse out of the mess, another truck approached from behind. It was a tense standoff on a slope. But luckily, the driver hit the brakes just in time, avoiding a potential hillside disaster. A school bus makes a U-turn after dropping off a child. From the opposite side, a massive truck approaches fast. The driver tries to brake, but the momentum is too strong. The truck smashes into the side of the bus. Miraculously, all the children inside escape unharmed, a near tragedy that could have ended much worse. A fully loaded timber truck is making its way down the road, but something is off. The weight distribution shifts, and the truck starts leaning dangerously. The driver senses the danger and jumps out just in time. Moments later, the truck collapses onto its side, spilling logs all over the road. A massive truck tries to cross railway tracks just as the barriers lower. The driver desperately tries to reverse, but it's too late. A train barrels in, slamming into the back of the truck. Cars nearby reverse frantically, narrowly avoiding the chaos. A split-second mistake turns into a catastrophic accident. A construction site is busy at work, moving a heavy crane using another crane. But the load is too much. The lifting crane suddenly snaps, sending both machines crashing down. A moment of silence follows before workers rush in to check if the operator made it out alive. Everything seems normal on the road until a pickup truck makes a critical mistake. It doesn't see the massive truck heading straight for it. The two vehicles crash head on. On the side of the road, a man stands frozen. We can only hope he made it out alive. A truck moves cautiously down an icy road, but no amount of skill can stop what's coming. The tires lose traction and the entire vehicle starts skidding sideways. Within seconds, it smashes into a snowbank, barely avoiding a worse disaster. A truck speeds down the highway when suddenly a car crashes into it from the side. The impact throws the truck off balance, and with no time to recover, it flies off a 20-meter bridge. The fall is brutal, sending dust and debris into the air. A truck carrying heavy logs starts tilting to the side, the weight shifting uncontrollably. The driver senses danger and leaps out of the cabin. For a moment, it looks like the entire truck is about to tip over. A truck is unloading cargo with its hydraulic lift when things take a dangerous turn. The driver pushes the lift a little too far, and suddenly the hydraulic system gives out, sending the truck bed slamming back down. The driver was still inside. A JCB crane is hard at work digging through solid rock when its balance starts shifting. The operator fights to steady it, but the massive machine tilts over and plunges straight into a nearby body of water. The operator barely escapes in time before the crane vanishes beneath the surface. A truck attempts a U-turn on a busy road, but the weight is unevenly distributed. As it tilts further and further, there's no stopping it. The entire truck crashes onto its side, spilling wooden logs everywhere. A routine maneuver that goes terribly wrong in an instant. If you enjoyed these insane equipment fails, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on more jaw-dropping moments.